So imagine an iPad being as thin as a sheet of paper and flexible so that you can fold it up and wear it as a watch. Or picture a car being lighter than carbon fiber and stronger than steel. Well, according to Technorati on October 31st, 2011, it is predicted that this chemical graphene will allow these technological advances to occur in the next decade. So might as well start saving up for the new iPad. In this speech, I will be talking about the chemical graphene and its remarkable abilities that make it the wonder material. First, I'll talk about what graphene is and what its properties are. Then I'll talk about the discovery of graphene. And lastly, I'll talk about the utilization of graphene for the future. So first, I'll talk about what graphene is and what its properties are that make it so amazing. Graphene is a single layer sheet of carbon atoms where the atoms are arranged in a honeycomb shape, as you can see here. It is, rather than being a three-dimensional molecule, it is a two-dimensional molecule, which gives it different characteristics from other molecules. It has many unique properties that give it its distinction. Graphene is one of the strongest chemical materials that have ever been discovered. It is perceived to be 100 times stronger than steel. Engineering and Tech magazine stated on October 2011 that graphene is more flexible than any other strong material and it can be stretched by 20%. This is as flexible as rubber. Due to its single monolayer, graphene is also perceived to be very transparent. Even though it is very thin and light, it is also very dense. To get an idea of how dense it is, the atom helium, which is one of the smallest atoms that exists, cannot even go through the sheet of graphene. Also, one of its unique properties that makes it so amazing is its ability to heal itself. Wired.co.uk of July 11, 2012 explained that if a hole were to be cut in a graphene sheet, then it would be reknit because of the carbon atoms bonding together again. So that's what healing powers are. Also, on October 5th, 2010, CNET.com pointed out that graphene is also the greatest heat conductor right now and is as good as copper in electric conductivity. So now that you know what graphene is, I'll talk about the discovery of it. Science.energy.gov said on March 25, 2011 that scientists had already known that single-layered carbon figures existed, but they didn't know about the sheet of graphene. They knew that these figures existed as tubes and as spheres. So that is when scientists Andrei Game and Konstantin Novoselov stepped in to try to figure this problem out. Instead of going out to the movies on Friday night, they decided to stay in the laboratory and conduct research on this wonder material. It turns out that by using Scotch tape, they were able to peel layers off a graphite stone, which in turn was graphene. So after this discovery, much amounts of research has been conducted to figure out what these properties are of this wonder material. So recent research shows that graphene can be utilized in many different ways. One of the ways graphene can be utilized is in electronics. Graphene can be used to make low power lighting, to enhance transistor functions, and to build better batteries. They can also be applied to plastics. If a certain amount of graphene is included in plastics, it will make the plastics be able to conduct electricity. Another function for graphene that can be used in the future is for water filters. BBC News.co.uk on January 27, 2012 reported that graphene has a great potential to be used as a water filter. So it'll be a mean, lean cleaning machine. Also, it also has medical purposes for the future. For example, Nature.com on March 27, 2012 explained that graphene can be used to make very tiny wireless devices that attract and identify bacteria. Also, it is planned to be used in bandages. Popsci.com on July 28, 2010 revealed that bacteria cannot colonize on graphene sheets, so this makes graphene sheets infection resistant. So in the speech I told you about what graphene is, what its properties are. I also told you about the discovery of graphene, and I told you about the different ways that graphene can be utilized in the future. So once we have flying cars and paper-thin computers, just remember this, it was all because of graphene.